Yeah.
You can go this way, right?
Yep. Hold on, my.
Oh, they do.
Hide up.
Oh, she's not working.
One hide up. And then here two. Okay. Alright. Hold on then. We'll be right there. Okay, no, my difference here.
Where do I hit?
Move wheel button.
This thing?
Right. Alright, we're back on the all platform. We're back on the all platform. We are. Can you turn the phone moderator? I can't read comments.
Oh, no, I don't know how that would work.
Hi! Hi, Brooklyn, how are you? Okay, so we'll wait. Oh, we'll wait. We'll wait for like a couple more people to come on our platform here, and then we'll admit on it. You want to admit my phone so we can put it up there?
I got mine.
You don't have to.
Oh. Must we?
Yeah. Mom, can you read it?
Oh dear, no.
Right.
Hey, Chris, come here. Can you bring your phone?
Hi, my 1 second, and we'll pause.
Gotta get the Instagram comments.
Because Dad put my phone sideways.
I put her phone the wrong way.
How men have been waiting for this.
Hi, Brooklyn.
Awesome, Brooklyn. I know you've been waiting for them. Mom? Anybody home?
Chris! Oh, well. All right, we'll get it in a little bit.
Well, okay. Help!
You try to read it sideways.
Oh,
just
no.
going.
I mean, no. Let's see, we have how many people online? I don't know. I can't read sideways. Okay. How, what you been on? Please comment and we know that you're on. Also, if we miss your comment, please re-comment it. Because comment will pass.
Yep, I'll try to keep an eye.
We're trying our best to see more eyes open the comments.
We need your phone to track Instagram comments. Can you start Instagram?
Sorry, hi.
Winnie's here.
With your phone. I win.
Oh, my phone.
We don't need Winnie, we need the phone.
I'll take a win.
Okay, I'll hold her on there.
Okay.
Hold her on. Let me find the phone.
Winnie here. Winnie. Okay. Tonight we are going to be talking about the much anticipated by my ever party communication journey. My ever party communication journey and how I communicate with cerebral party. So thank you to everyone.
Here's my phone.
Where's Instagram?
I know, maybe. Yeah. And then,
sorry, guys.
hi. 1 second, and a normal win.
Here, Winnie, hit it with your nose.
And then tap.
CP light?
Nope.
Here?
He went, bye.
Oh, yeah.
And then turn down the volume.
Gotcha. Okay, we're good.
Okay, now we got comments on our platform for this bit. How, like I said, we are going to be talking about my ever party communication learning. This was created by a private among an interview from a SLP for those of you who don't know what an SLP is, that's a speech and
Speech and language pathologist.
yep,
There you go.
So that interview will be coming Sunday, 7 to the channel. So this is actually part 1 of 2. So make sure you stay tuned for that. So thank you to the who recommended that. However, we will start, well, I'm at Dad's point with how I communicated when I was middle because I don't remember that. I was a tiny baby. If you have questions throughout this, my same point, comment them and we'll do our best to get to them.
Okay, and Anna's mom will interrupt me constantly when I forget things. But when Anna was little, I remember when she was really little, we didn't know if she'd ever talk. So when she was maybe 1 or 2 and she couldn't talk, we began to do sign language. So Anna learned some sign language, sign things she'd be drink, she'd flip her hand, or more was, I think more was this. And so she began to get pretty good with that. And then I don't know when it was, how old, 3 maybe or something?
With what?
When she started to speak?
2. No,
Maybe late 2s or something. She started to say a couple words, and then we realized she was definitely gonna talk. It was hard to understand her, but she was definitely gonna talk. So it was kind of a combination of sign language and the beginning of words.
Remember that we were really worried about
Oh,
when you would start talking
wow.
and just because she hadn't talked, she started late talking. So.
Oh yeah. We didn't know if she'd ever talk, and then of course she started talking, and then now she will never. Now she never stops talking.
Yep, you're right.
She talks for all of us.
If any of my friends are watching, I'm so sorry. You probably
She's making up for lost time.
You probably want
It's like 15,000 words a day, but so, and then I guess she got her vocabulary improved, and as she grew up, she still is hard to understand her sometimes, but for us it was pretty easy. So we could understand her almost everything we could understand. And as she got into grade school, they were able to get her a speech pathologist, or some like time in class or out of class a couple times a week to work on certain, like sounding out certain things, consonants and vowels and things like that.
Well, can I not to interrupt? But
There
before that, Anna.
What? Hello.
Remember before that when
Hello,
you were,
CM loves music. 1, 2, 3.
remember you first had a talker, and that was in like when you were like 3.
Oh yeah, the talker.
Right,
So that started first. I don't know the exact name of the piece of equipment, but we started with the talker first.
Yeah, you want me to explain that?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a piece of technology you may have seen. It's I forget what it is called. Somebody out there probably knows, but it's
in my video.
It's almost like a big thick laptop that has keys, and you can program the keys with pictures or words or letters. And so you can just touch the keys and create words and create sentences and things like that. And so Anna had one of those, and that was helpful for a little while. And I think it's probably for some people who need it long term, it's like amazing because you can really get good with it. Anna was it was a good like bridge for her. But at some point, it wasn't practical for her. So she just continued to talk and use her words, and people, understood her well enough where she could get by without the talker. So it wasn't ever a huge part of her life, but it was something that worked for a while. And it was pretty amazing.
Right, and no talking devices. You don't necessarily have to have your hand to use them. I have a friend who her name Millie, who used a talker. It's called a Toby iMac, which is
Toby
iMac. Toby iMac.
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 IJ.
Like looking at your name. Me.
Gauge.
Yep.
Oh.
Eye gauge.
Eye
Yeah.
gauge. Oh.
And you not told me with your eye. So
Because it's watching your eyes. Yeah, you can point to the keys with your eyes.
yeah, if you don't have the ability to move your hand or like that, then we put it there or things out there for you that you can operate it with your eyes and things.
Right. So we used that for a while, and then when you went to probably maybe just kindergarten,
Somebody said Dinobox. Is it a Dinobox? I've never heard of Dinobox.
Dinobox is an app.
Oh, that's an app?
And put on, Dinobox is a communication device as well as an app that you can put on an iPad, an iPhone, or any tablet or any phone that you can pre-program words into.
Mm. Yeah, and probably like as a lot of things go, back when she was little, that was 2003, 4, 5, and back then you needed a big dedicated device. And now it could be that apps, an app could simulate the whole thing for a lot less money, because those were really expensive back then, and we had to get insurance to pay for it and all that. But yeah, there's probably a lot of other options now. But the general idea is of having a technology that helps you speak either and being able to point to the screen with your eyes or something. It really can accommodate a pretty wide range of issues.
There are also buttons that you can play with one maximum into hi, my name is Anna, and you can press it with your hand. I never had but there are no options.
Right.
Yep.
So then when you started probably kindergarten,
right.
we really didn't use it too much, I think. You had to program it for each situation, and that was kind of hard because we didn't know what was going to go on at school or something. We just thought we'd try it without it for a while, right? And you had a great speech pathologist all through, well, for so long. You've had great ones, so so that's when it really started, kindergarten, right? That you did not have that, and then you just started with your speech at school,
right?
And
yeah, awesome how much technology is out there. That's for sure.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's amazing. So it's good to share your ideas as you hear them.
Oh,
right.
Hello from New Hampshire. Hi, Sandra Wheeler.
Hello,
New Hampshire. Hello.
Hi, Sandra.
Welcome. We used to live in Boston a long time ago. When Anna was, we adopted Anna when we lived in Boston, so we weren't too far from you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We gotta stay on there.
Oh.
When. So
Where
let's see, what else?
So
the journey.
Another same man, I knew her name. Unfortunately, I don't. But the same Bible app. Do I have any tips for communication with cerebral palsy? And I will report with the all-time one that I use all the time with my parents is that if they don't understand or listen beyond the I don't understand you point with anybody. Devices or your best friend. I will literally get out my phone with my son or whoever sitting there and have them met on their testing app or whatever, and I will literally test them the word that I am saying.
Oh.
Right.
Or if they don't have my number in their phone, another way I can do that is that. Ooh, Winnie,
It's been hot and heavy.
That's interesting. I've never seen you do
But
that.
another way, if you don't have the phone, if you don't have the phone number in your device. You can also use a laptop. I've done that in her product before. A lot of her, I have to remind you, mirror doc. And if you're on the same document, what is it?
It just says, I don't know what we'd do if we didn't have some of the technology we have now. That's so true.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
You're on the same document as anybody who has access to that document. So I will type out that that when I'm saying. Another thing that I often use is pointing. I point at things, or I repeat it. If they really don't understand the word that you're saying, I know that how awful, because you probably were really hard to make your point across. But if you can find different words to rephrase,
rephrase it.
What you're saying, that make two more.
You've been really good at that. Yeah, that's one thing you're naturally good at. So Anna's always been good at, if she says something and we don't understand it, she doesn't just keep repeating. I mean, you might repeat it once again, but then once you realize we're not getting it, she'll do things like maybe, it sounds like this word, or she'll spell it, or she'll just say it a completely different way. Or if you just try 2 or 3 of those, it almost always works one way or the other.
Well, I will also recite my ABC.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Whatever the word starts with. It starts with an F, should be like A, B, C, D, E, F. Then you know it's the F. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. ABC, maybe 2 minutes. And elementary school. But if you have a speech impairment, they really, really will help you in the long run. Another thing that I often will do is make a point, but I also will, if somebody around that I know that understands me, I will go ahead and have them help me translate to that person. Or if you know that you're going to be spending a lot of time around that person, I will also have somebody else who's been with me for longer than that person. When I was trained,
trained,
so that person doesn't have to anymore. But never I know it's really hard and really frustrating. And
once in a while you go, forget it. But that's very rare.
Sometimes you seriously want to yell at that person so hard, but don't. They will hopefully admit it. And I'm thinking about getting an app on my phone
right. Now you can tell them about who you just interviewed.
Yeah, that I told.
Oh, you're gonna tell them about the app.
Video will be coming out. That video will be
certain situations, if you're out to dinner or something. Yeah.
And the other thing is not Anna's favorite subject is be able to use your lips more. And if you have trouble saying P's or B's, or they call them plosive sounds, that it's your mouth and lips are, they're a muscle just like any other muscle in your body. So if you work them, if you want to practice those things, you can get better and better at them. So there's a certain limit you can't get beyond sometimes when you have cerebral palsy or a similar illness. But if you want to work at that, it's amazing the progress you can make and be clearer in how you speak. But there's obviously limits, and that's why all these other strategies are great.
Yeah.
And once you can't get past the best you can do.
Yeah. And I also, in my younger, by the way, I'm turning 20 on Wednesday, and I will be heading too often for her neck to walk in the around.
Look out.
I'm in the house.
Party time.
Corona safe, but
Corona safe.
but in my young, I've been doing my best to really work on calling people.
Okay.
Calling people.
Calling people.
Calling people, yeah.
Yeah.
On the phone, yeah.
I made my own appointment or what have you. And also that's been going. I haven't really had any experience where I am completely trapped because the person doesn't understand me, but that might.
Oh, pardon me. I have my alarm on.
Yeah, and just if there's any parents watching, I think one of the things that we did at some point is because when you are unable to express yourself clearly sometimes, or you're afraid you're kind of afraid to interact with people on the phone or strangers or all that. And so,
Wait a minute.
hold on. One of the things we did at some point is, if there was a kind of a harmless call that Anna could make, rather than she's like, oh, could you call such and such and see if they have, we'd say, well, why don't you do it? This is a good opportunity. Who cares if they don't understand you? You just hang up. And so it was a good opportunity for her to try it herself and just call. So we started doing that. I don't know how long ago, maybe 4 years ago or something. We said, Anna, why don't you make the call and just try? And Anna did it, and it worked. It was the library. I forget where it was. So now she's less afraid because we tried it a couple times in a safe way, and now she's pretty good at calling places, and you rarely have any problem. I mean, people usually understand you well enough and get through it. So it's a good thing to kind of get over the fear, try it in a for some call that doesn't make any difference, just try
And
it. Have you had an issue
with who used the talker with his eyes?
Oh yeah, he had a brother with CP, communicated with his eyes.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Have you had issues with talking to people on the phone?
Yeah, I have, but I figured out way around that. When I haven't had many issues with that, but another way around it that I've been recently discovered, like to my other, most businesses now have Facebook pages that you can message them.
I'm just opening up Instagram.
That is really
there.
Sorry.
I'm trying to see Instagram ones.
Sorry.
Most businesses have the ability to message them directly via Facebook. So that's something I've been using.
Yeah, you chat with you go and chat
a lot
with
of sites have
companies.
chat, so you can just chat with
networks. So you can type it.
You just tap it in.
Facebook, I know that something that they have if you hit message or right path on website. That also works. But yeah, I have had very rare occasions where they don't understand me on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been, at that point, hey, okay, bye.
Bye.
After trying more.
Yeah, and it's funny because some people are naturally good at understanding people that may have a slight speech issue, and other people are terrible at it. So sometimes you'll find a total stranger who's never heard Anna before. They get every word, and then there'll be other people who've heard her 3 or 4 times and they just still can't quite key in. So it kind of depends on who's listening too. There's a little variation there. So you don't have to always blame yourself. Some people just aren't that good at figuring it out.
Right.
Well, if you stay on topic too, if you're talking about the same,
given context,
thing. Sometimes if you go off that would be hard for someone to relate.
Yeah. The other thing we were talking about technology, I remember because one of the things, I don't know if this is on topic or off topic, you can tell me, but Anna's she sleeps in a room that's kind of on the other side of the house from us, and usually we can hear her when she yells and needs something. Yeah, so what she does is she gets on. So sometimes my phone will ring in the middle of the night, and it's Anna, and she's in bed. It's hard for her to get out of bed and do anything and get to a phone, but she can talk to her Amazon Echo and say, "Call Dad." And yeah, go for it.
The Echo, if you have one, the Amazon Echo has a setting in the Alexa app that you download that you can automatically change the wake word to computer, Alexa, or Echo, something like that. Yeah. So if you know, like I knew I can't say Alexa.
It doesn't understand her when she says Alexa, so she figured out how to change the code word, the wake word. Yeah.
So if you're in that position, there are ways to change the wake word, and if you need help doing that in the long run, feel free to DM me, and I want you to do that.
Yeah, because Alexa understands the way she talks. Alexa can understand when she says computer. It sounds unique enough, but when she says Alexa, it can't get it. So she switched it, and it started working. It's great. But that's a pretty amazing thing, because if she's wrapped up in her covers or stuck or something, she can talk to her Alexa, wakes me up, I come in and help her. So it's like amazing, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And then a whole Instagram post on that topic on my Instagram and Facebook. So make sure to go and check that out.
Check it out.
Somebody leave some. Great to hear your story. How alike we are. That's cute.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. That's Brooklyn. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when I have really enjoyed talking to you in my Instagram DM. Mm-hmm. And I'm really happy I'm helping you with that. And the next topic that somebody asked, and I talked about it more in my interview that will be coming up, is how do I have any tips for communicating with people with communication devices? Because the person who asked had a friend who had a communication device and wanted to know if I had any tips. And lucky for you, I do. I've had two of my really good friends who use communication devices. My first and very important tip is do not because they don't answer right away, that they will not answer. Those devices take time to operate, and you're being extremely rude if you ask them to answer right away. So be patient, because they're doing their best to find it. Literally, there to be painted more on their device.
And they're leafing through it, trying to get to the right word.
Yeah. So be patient. Don't underestimate their ability. And if you are unsure that device is reliable, there is other ways that you can communicate with that human being, and you have to ask their family or family member what that may entail. Like some people have a very strong yes or no response. So if you want to hold up two hands or two arms and wanted to know what works for them, you can ask them by throwing them two arms and wait for that one person to respond.
About which one they want?
Yep.
Yeah, and does it also happen where the person, they try to respond, but they accidentally hit the wrong, like they might look at the wrong thing for a split second, and it gives you an answer that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
And then you think, oh, they don't know what I'm talking about, but the reality is maybe they're trying to regroup and give you the right answer.
Right.
So you got to be patient for that.
Right. So my number one tip is be patient, and also you really notice that it's not working or something like that, you can ask someone to help it to them what done it, and the benefit of the doubt.
Edison said the
they're
camera's
really trying.
sideways. Do you think that is that? Are people seeing us sideways on this?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Sorry, guys. Leave it to me. How can this? Does this thing hold it vertically? I didn't know. It can. Yeah, it can. Let me try it. Hold it. Let's try this. It goes all the way up. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Should I just do this?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what did I do?
No,
Cancel.
no.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
Okay, is that better? I hope that's better, Edison. Thank you for telling us. I didn't realize it was totally sideways. Never leave anything to me. Technological.
But I want to share this story, and I know it will be fine with people. So
Let me let
we
Winnie know. I'll be right back.
I was giving thumbs up to Edison. You just go on with your story.
Hi,
You go on with your story.
I'm calling up my dad.
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.
I'm calling up my dad. Very temperamental sound. He was me.
It's because it's Apple. You know, Apple's kind of.
He was me in class that we were my TV on.
I actually got all 3 devices. I'm pretty impressed.
So this is a inspiration for me, and I hope it inspires somebody out there. And Teddy, you're watching this. Hey, put it up with me. But like the other night, who many of you met around or make dinner about or know me or seen video, you would know that about, I want to say 7 years, I had a friend pass away from hypertension, and he was in a wheelchair. His name was
Joseph.
and had a communication device, and the interview that you will see on Sunday is after me with his mom, who is the name of Solomon. And that night, he texted me and told me that Moses and I were in Hubble together, and I was the only person, one of the only people who, in which he could actually say my name.
Oh, he could say your name?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So if you see that, and I, of course, being who I am, I'm very accepting and person and believing that everyone has a voice, because we all have a voice. It's different. I knew something was, unique about him. And apparently that's what was unique about me and him.
Mhm.
I understood him, I understood that. Hi, Nick!
Hey, Nick. Take it easy, Anna.
But basically, what I'm trying to say is that I knew there was something unique about because I don't know what told me, and apparently
Just getting over because you're off camera there.
but like I knew something was unique. So it's very important that you met the person the benefit of the doubt, right?
Yeah, I guess for him it was somebody he just kind of, you guys were kind of at a connection, and so he was able to, either he was motivated to say your name, or maybe your name was easy to say, or whatever it was, but he was able to do that, which is really sweet.
Okay.
So what else on your mind?
But yeah. So he knows the Billy. I mean, he lights up the room with no word.
Lily Opinski?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
She's our buddy.
I only say, and I have had some people like need no word. If you think you need to communicate after me using vocalization, you are on.
Yeah, there's a lot of connection without words, isn't there?
Yeah, and
don't want to underestimate that.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have to be a word. I have make sounds. Hi Donna.
Make sounds?
Yeah.
Hi Donna.
But I know how to mean things. I mean, you can tell in the tone if someone's happy or someone's seeing me mad.
Yeah, you get to know somebody, and the more you get to know them, the more you know the slightest little nonverbal cues. You get to know what that means. It's amazing that you can converse with somebody almost without words if you get to know them and don't focus on the words so much. So yeah, it's pretty incredible.
It's important that you trust your gut.
Trust your gut.
Yeah. I lit up my day last night when I heard that. I thought I would share it with you and hope that if you meet somebody like that,
give them time, give them patience,
yeah.
and you'll be amazed what you can connect with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
anything?
Yeah, I think that's it. I hope that you enjoyed my theme. If you have any more questions or comments regarding the topic, my theme will be posted on all my social media platforms for future viewing. That's what I want to say. And I will do my best to reply to as many comments. And yeah, also if you have what?
She's saying it was great.
Yeah, but if you have any topics about this topic that is hard for you to publish me, my DMs are always open on Instagram. So feel free to DM me there and I will try and answer it. But I will see you after me. You will see me on Sunday in a new video that's coming out with the after me health accommodations, another Bible recap. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I love you all.
Bye everybody.
Bye.
See ya. Push the button.
No.
Uh-oh. Now I'm really gonna look dumb. Oh, here we go, the mouse.
Ah!
Jeez.
What happened?
And
Bye.